Hello everyone, welcome back to another Uma Musume video. Today's a different video than all other videos. If you didn't notice, there's 3 different games going on, and basically what I've done here, I've elected Seiun Sky to be my little test subject for this. I'm running all 3 scenarios, and I am seeing how fast I clear them using basically not the same support cards, but basically the same legacies, the same Uma Musume. The only difference being the support decks and also the scenarios. And so I'm making this video basically before Grand Concert comes out. And I guess the true aim of this video is who is quickest, and I could already guess which one is probably going to be the quickest. In my opinion, URA Finals is going to be the quickest. And the longest will probably be Track Blazing, which shouldn't surprise anyone. Okay, starting from the left, right, and middle. The middle one is the smallest. That is Track Blazer. It will eventually, I suppose, I'll make it full screen once I'm done with it. But to my left, we have URA Finals, and to my right, we have the Unity Cup. Unity Cup is already off to a terrible start, in that I missed a pretty low percentage chance of missing that training. But at the same time, I always take those 10% risks, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And hey, I can't control that. But yeah, it's basically seeing how far things have come for me, how strong I am nowadays compared to how strong. No, it's like a horrible way to word it, I suppose. I am basically seeing how strong each scenario is and how much time I end up putting into it, and what is worth my time and effort, I suppose, before getting into Grand Concert. Now, the funny thing is that auto training is finally dropped, so technically I don't have to worry about that anymore. But you know me, I'm a stickler for time. I wake up and basically have limited time. I have to go eat, I have to go clean, I have to go work, and then I have to Uma Musume, I have to ZZZ, I have to HSR, and I have to FGO. Is it my fault for carrying so many gachas on my backlog? Yeah. Do I feel bad about it? No. I am playing at least the gacha games I find myself having fun in, so I see that as a positive. Even though I play games that cost real money and are real fun, I still try to find the enjoyment to be had in free-to-play games, such as Uma Musume. Some people would argue that HSR, ZZZ, and FGO aren't the most fun, but in my opinion, I think the way I find enjoyment out of them makes it fun for me, on top of them having usually, stories that I tend to like. Fago is a big example. I've been playing that one for the longest, and I would say the biggest factor that is keeping me moving today is the story. And that is a beautiful fact, on top of the many girls and boys I like in that game, doing some heavy lifting as well, making the gameplay also nice to look at. Whether it's when I'm running arts and I am doing a boogie doji loops, I'm doing Buster and I am doing BB loops, or I'm using Quick and I'm doing Seno Rikyu. Even though that it's basically the same loop for the next 3 turns, I still think it's nice to look at. Let's just put it that way. HSR, I suppose I have fun with. The recent World Plan Arcadia, I really enjoy. This has just been turning into me talking about the gachas I play. But at the same time, this is going on in the background. I can just kind of do that. This is all pre-recorded, so this is actually future Nux talking. I just finished recording all the stuff for the banners and the upcoming support cards that are coming for, you know, this reset. Technically, once it is out, you have 2.5 hours to prepare for it. Whether you go for the Uma Musume or support card of your choosing, I wish you luck, even from here on this offset of a video. But yeah, Plan Arcadia I've been having fun with. It is very interesting, in my opinion. It's had some characters I am a very big fan of, with Yao Guang, Sparksy. I really like Evan, and I call her Evan. I know her name is technically Evancia, but I call her Evan because it's funnier and it's also more off the tongue. So yeah, I like Evan. I like Blade. I like Silverwolf. Ashbale is cool, but I didn't go for him. Gilgamesh and Rin are going to be coming out soon. And Himiko. Himiko is very cool as well. And I think the current Big Bad is also very cool. I suppose this is going to be a little bit spoilers, so if you haven't heard of the Big Bad of Plan Arcadia, well, you are now. So Asat Pramod also showed up for the second time. Technically, the first time he showed up was during Amphorius on a note, which is funny. This is how they alluded to him coming soon, and they put him on a note. But yeah, Asat Pramod is technically the Big Bad currently, even though that the story hasn't concluded yet. I'm still waiting on that conclusion. He is very cool. His design is insanely sick. And even though that he technically is part of, these guys are super not on your side. I believe one day he will be in my hands, ready to be played with. Sounds terrible for how I said it, but what can I say? What can I say? Nothing. I can't say nothing. But yeah, I've been having fun with the story. I've been having fun with the new Elation Path units. I basically have a premium version of that team. I guess the only thing outside of that I do not have is most of the support cards for them. And to be fair, they're working perfectly fine without them. Because I do have a lot of the free-to-play and the little battle pass elation cone. Okay, on to the next gacha. We have Zenless Zone 0. Now, I technically started Zenless Zone 0 when it came out, but I did take a huge break from it after getting lighter. And that was mostly because I did take a huge blow from not being able to get Bernice when she came out. And that was the character I kind of really wanted, and also I kind of needed her because she was a fire unit. And so, for the most part, I only was rocking it with Jane for a while. And Ellen Joe. But yeah, ZZZ currently has some cool units coming out. The moment I came back truly, though, is they finally added the Angels of Delusion, who've technically been hinted at since pretty early on in the game's lifespan. And for the most part, I came back for around Arya, because Suna already passed, and that was my bad. But I had Arya and Don Gong Yu for a while, And now that Suna has finally reran, I finally have all 3 of them, with Suna being gotten now. And I've been having fun with that. I think their main gameplay style is very fun. Suna is an amazing unit, and I think Arya and Nangon they do perfect together. And I think they do even better now that I have Suna, because I'll be honest, I don't summon for supports that often in ZZZ, which is weird. Because in Hawkeye Star Rail, I summoned for basically every support and sustain unit, and I don't summon for the DPSs all too often. But I'll eventually fix that on the ZZZ side. I did end up skipping some of the story to get Pyroris. Pyroris is awesome. Now I need to decide if I want to get Pyroris more support in getting the new Void Hunter, or do I want to summon on Norma and be sure that Sigrun is going to be at a good power level when I summon for her. But I'm still pondering on that because I have a couple more days before Norma's banner is gone. What now? Those, for the most part, are the main gachas I hop off of. Uma Musume, ZZZ, HSR, and Fagao. But Hololive Dreams is going to be coming out soon. And one thing you probably don't know about me is that I love rhythm games. And I played a lot of them in my past. I have played a good chunk of them. I can get my phone and see how many of them I've played, because I definitely installed and uninstalled a lot of rhythm gachas in my days. Let's see. Not installed. Starting from the top, we have Bang Dreams Girls Band Party. We have Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. Our Project Sekai, because technically I also played the Japanese version before that came out. And that is all for this email, I'm pretty sure. Yep, we can hop over to the next one. Not installed. Okay. I guess maybe I'll check the other app, because technically I do have a third-party app where I get all my Japanese gachas. Quap. Quo app. Guess I don't have that installed anymore here. That sucks. Maybe my gaming hub will be able to tell me. No, it doesn't look like it. I guess I'll talk about some of the games I've played here. I guess I could just look them up for the specific names. I have played Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. I've played Cinderella Girls Starlight Stage. I'm pretty sure I have played Idolmaster Gakuten. I have played Million Live. I'm pretty sure. Even though that is technically, isn't that like a PC client one? Either way, I played it on my phone. don't even think this one was a rhythm game. But technically, since it's all about idols, I can count it. I've played basically every Love Live gacha game, so I don't keep on naming off a bunch of names. I've played, I guess Fire Emblem Heroes counts, because they did have a mini game that was basically rhythm. Same with the Zur Lane and Blue Archive. But yeah, if it's not obvious, I have a lot of gacha games that were mainly pandered towards rhythm, and for the most part, I enjoyed them. And Hololive Dreams is a new one. I'll try that one out, and I will most likely hang on to it for a while, just because of how much game they're going to be giving me off the start. Which I'm pretty sure they said 150 songs. That's crazy if it's true, but at the same time, this thing has been in development for a while. So, at the same time, I don't doubt it. Oh, where are we now? We're almost halfway through this recording, and it looks like the URA finals are going to be wrapping up somewhat soon, with the last upcoming race being near. Now, I'm pretty sure, no, Happy Meek is not to a level where I'd say I'd be doing the max difficulty of this scenario, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's not been the best run either, because it has been a while since I built the deck for this. And technically, I did not need to run the PAL with Aoi. I think Aoi could have been sidelined for a better card, unfortunately. Even Riko Kashimoto would probably have been better. But I kind of wanted to be thematic and use a card garnered to their scenarios with Riko Kashimoto and Aoi. And I guess the best I could do for Trackblazer was the Thrones Ensemblage, which technically would have been great if Grand Live wasn't so soon. But yeah. I'm very excited for Hololive Dreams. It also looks like they have a flippin' fucking Fall Guys minigames. It's gonna be something. What's another thing I'm excited for coming up? Splatoon Raiders. I want to get on that. I'm into a lot of different games, if it wasn't very obvious. The genre of game usually doesn't matter. I find myself enjoying a lot of them. I think the only one I don't think I can get into, and that's because I'm probably too much of a procrastinator to do it, is RTSs. But I haven't tried it, so I could be wrong for that. It looks like we're entering the semifinals for the URA. We are almost halfway done with the United Cup. And we have barely made it to the Queen Elizabeth Cup on the Trackblazer side. But we should be able to cut through the senior year in Trackblazer. So technically that one should not be taking me too long once I get to senior year, because they usually move a little bit quicker once it's almost time for that to be done. But there we go, the URA Finals is done. We're gonna be claiming some skills. We're gonna be saying our goodbyes to Aoi. Thanks for the lay low and hesitant end closers. Happily ever after? Question mark? But yeah, for the most part, the one on the left is done. Takarazuka Kinen has been finished. We are on to the second and last DMG Cup race. for the S Plus variant. Yeah, Unity Wave surges in. I think, no, yeah, you fight an S, and this enables the final team to be S Plus if you beat it. Skin Outbreak, that's not good. At the same time, I was saved for the fact that there was a cure in the shop. Okay. Final rating is an A+, 14,118. And now that that's done, we can put Track Blazer to the left. And we watch it from there. And it is revealed that the background image currently is Silent Hill. You know, I love me some Silent Hill, and I use it at any point where I think I'm having a rough time. And sometimes Musume grinding feels exactly like that. You're just trapped in this infinite, foggy place to atone for your sins. And what's my sin? Loving my training too dang much. And my sin is also for overworking Seiun Sky. This feels abusive that I used her this much to finish up this, because technically these were the last 3 careers I ran to finish all of my missions for part 1. So hey, that was another plus for doing this video. Okay, 24 more turns of Track Blazer. And it looks like we are going to be entering the Tenno Shell Autumn, so we have exactly 1 race after that till all of the career goals have been met. And we got a hook. What else do I have to talk about now that we have another nice break in the monotony of things? Yeah, Splatoon Raiders is pretty excited for. What else is coming up? Suppose I can look. The good thing about this is that I have this on a 3rd monitor to watch, so I can technically tab out to go check on things. I am very interested in going back to Arknight's Enfield now that we are finally going to be exiting the current place. And the reason why that interests me is that usually, even when it came to Genshin, HSR, and ZZZ, the monotony of going through the 3rd place, whereas like I thought this is cool, I just didn't think it'd be Chinese, is over. But at the same time, Arknight's Enfield is just inherently Chinese, so I don't know. It's gonna be up to how motivated I end up becoming. But yeah, I saw the next unit. It's pretty cool. So maybe I come back to it, maybe not. We're done with the Arena Keenan though. Time for the 5th final round of the UG Cup. Who are we up against? You should already know who we're up against, because we're up against Team Zenith for the last time for a little bit. Because I'll be honest, this is probably going to be the one that I send my auto out for. We win it easily. We get the big bunch of stats, we get the enough guts that we can proc the S+, and we're ready for the URA finals. We're going to be finishing up that pretty soon. When it comes to Track Blazer, we are still in March. Late March, so we just got the last of our legacy bonuses, but that's fine. Back to video games. Another fun game that I've been playing recently. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I know it's weird, why am I replaying Conker's Bad Fur Day? And that's just attributed to because my friends said they wanted me to play it. And I said, you know what? It's been over. Wow. I never really thought about it. It's been maybe close to It's been close to 14 years since I've last played this game. It's like... It's been a while. Not even. It's been... I feel like it's been longer, but I think the last time I remember playing Conquer Bad Fur Day was with my cousin, and that's because we really liked playing the multiplayer in Conquer Bad Fur Day, which is weird because, you know, I had a GameCube. I should have been playing more GameCube games. But hey, the N64 is great. Don't let anyone tell you that it wasn't. Anyway, looks like we're gonna be ending off this run soon. I am simply precautionary picking some skills so we don't have any issues against the two Zenith hatchlings. And that's because they sometimes can just win. And so I'd like to take time out of this run to give myself some skills to ensure that they don't have a functional chance. Bam. Victory! The Unity Cup has finally reached its end. Let's get some skill points and let's go over how well we did. Cooldown, priceless connection, and happily after question mark. Okay, let's get this last skill. And let's enter the Victoria Mile on the Track Blazer side. Damn. First. Yeah, Conquer Bad Fur Day. Fun game! Looks like we hit UG2 with 20,402 rating. And we can just full screen this now. We're in the last stretch of Track Blazer. And we're also in the last stretch of this video. Because from this point on is just gonna be Track Blazer gameplay. It's very nice to be out of this loop of things. It really takes a lot out of you to do a Track Blazer run. I simply did it because I thought it'd be interesting to make a video on it, and I was correct in my assumption. Because it's nice to watch, I guess, the numbers go up, in my opinion. There we go. Now, what after Conquer do I want to play is the next question. I really want to start replaying Fire Emblem Engage. Because for the most part, I made it maybe a good chunk through Engage, and then I stopped playing. And that was mostly due to, probably something new came out that took my attention away. But yeah, I was really enjoying Engage with how customizable you can make your units thanks to the Engage rings. And for the most part, you can train your guys up to be whichever class you want them to be in that game. It feels like it anyway. It's reminds me a lot of Fates when it comes to how customizable you can make your Umamusumes. Not Umamusumes, I'm tweaking now because I've been talking about Umamusume for too long today. When it comes to your units in Fire Emblem Engage and Fates, because even with the Friendship Seal and you only get one A+, that's technically, you get to truly lock in the other class you can unlock. So, I don't know, maybe you want to make your Elise a maid for whatever reason. I guess you can do that. And plus, I suppose, depending on which version of Corrin, it's also easier to do the marriage seal and have them pick your classes, I suppose, that you pick. You can get a lot of the Hoshida classes onto the Norian classes that way. The Norian units, I mean, and the Norian classes onto the Hoshidan units. For the most part, I usually go with the same wives, though, when it comes to fates. With, I guess I can say it. For Conquest, I usually pick Parry. For, Birthright, I usually pick Reina. And for Revelation, I usually like to go with, I think it's a real mix-up, because you can pick basically anyone. I usually try to pick at least either a mainline girl or the girls that simply just have a support with you. Except if your name is Scarlet, because she's gone the next chapter. But yeah. For Engage, you don't need to participate in the ethics of marrying into the right class. You can just train your proficiency in a weapon, and when that weapon's good enough, you can usually promote to a different class. And the way of doing that, if you want to do it the cheap way, is giving them the big Engage rings and allowing them to use daggers or swords or magic staves. I'm pretty sure Micaiah has staves. She has a full heal, but you get rid of all your health to do it, I'm pretty sure. That was her engage effect. My favorite engage in that game is still Sigurd, because his engage reads, if these units are lined up, you're about to just tear through them all in a straight line. What a guy. What a guy. I really want to do the DLC so I can try out the DLC emblems, because I never got those. And I know there's some pretty cool ones, because there's Veronica, there's Hector, there's Camilla, there is, I think Crom and Robin are the same emblem. Yeah, let me double check though. Okay, emblems. Yeah, Crom and Robin are the same one. On top of Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. And I think the one in mainline that is like that is... excuse me. Erica and Ephraim. Anyway, it's looking like we finally made it near the end of our Trackblazer run. We just have 2 more scheduled days on here till we enter the finals. It's been a long one, a long arduous journey to make it here to the finals. Cloudy followed by some more more speed. There we go, the Rimakinen. Let's end it off with a shebang here. Meisho Dodo. There's just a lot of games coming out. And thankfully, even though there's a lot of games, I still need to prioritize Uma Musume because I like to make these videos. And when I make these videos and people engage in the comments sometimes, it's nice to see what they have to say. Greatest for who? That was a good question. Best scene here, Uma Musume getting that angry scheming to level 6. It has hit level 6 on all accounts. I mean, all playthroughs. So, hey. Nothing ventured, nothing lost. we're gonna recover some stamina here. We're trying to make the best out of the last of this run, last stretch of it anyway. I think at the very least this should be a double S run. It's looking to be anyway. I technically have a good balancing of my stamina and power with a double S in speed and wit. So I think realistically it should hit that mark of how much we're going to be gaining from the bonuses, specifically the microphone, and then we enter the cleat, the like cleat hammer. Okay. Here we are. More Master Cleat Hammers. Plus, might as well. It's gonna be the last one after this. It's gonna be the last one to run on after this one. Another first. Another 21 points to every stat. With 66 skill points. Bang. Technically from this position, I don't think I can lose. Last empowering megaphone. Yep. I think if we fix speed from here, yeah, we should hit the U's once we finish with the run here. And I don't have too much speed cap, so we should realistically be able to also max that out. Okay. Put in the last of it all, get some skills, some curvature, it's on, escape artist, plan to push. What else are we taking here? Deflection arc, runners and corners, straightaways and corners, I mean. Some groundwork. Nothing from here, so I guess we're gonna be taking one of each green. Shooting star. Good in positioning. Up tempo. It's the last one we're taking, man. That's it for now. I guess I'm grinding this for the fact that maybe I can get a good parent going for the Seiun Sky, which I think for the most part I did find a good apparent Seiun Sky. We're gonna distance them on this race. Pretty good. It's all over now. The track star is over. And we did max out on that speed stat. Let's pick the last couple skills here. Then I can end off this video. And I could just start right now. Thank you to anyone who made it this far. I hope you guys are prepared for Grand Concert when it comes out. And if you're not, well, it's too bad. It's going to be in a couple of hours. You're going to be there. You're going to like it. I'm sure. Ending off with an SS 18,281 career rank. And with that, goodbye everyone. I'll see you in the next one.